I-Team reporter Dale Russell is one of the few reporters who covered Williams' trial who's still working in media here in Atlanta.
Yeah, and Dale, since you covered this case from the very beginning, you know a lot about the evidence. So this isn't the first time that the evidence has been re-examined.
No, it's not the first time. We've been through this before on at least two occasions that I'm aware of, and perhaps a third by another media outlet. The most important, I think, Sine, was back in 2007. Paul Howard, the district attorney of Fulton County, did do a DNA examination of the case and linked 5 different crime victims to the hairs found on their bodies, dog hairs, matched Wayne Williams' dog through a mitochondrial DNA. And also 2 years before that, DeKalb County Police Chief Louis Graham re-examined the cases in DeKalb County, spent thousands of dollars, spent over a year. We filed an open records request and looked at what he found, and he didn't find anything new.
You wonder then, Dale, what will be different this time around with this fresh look?
I don't know what DNA they could possibly be talking about at this point in time, other than there were 2 blood stains in the back seat of the family car that Wayne Williams drove. They matched 2 of the victims who were stabbed, but they were not able to do DNA at the time. Those blood stains were on the back seat of that car, but they had disappeared from the evidence room. At least that's what Mr. Howard told us back in 2007. So they obviously could not do a DNA match of that. Other than that, I don't know what other evidence. There was a head hair in this case that they couldn't link to Wayne Williams, but couldn't eliminate him. But they've already done that. That was a DNA match that was done back in '07.
Wow, so not much more to uncover from your perspective.
It'll be interesting to see what, if anything, they come up with in this. They're going to spend a lot of time and they're going to spend a lot of money. So we would all like to know if they come up with anything new. I covered that trial. It was a lot of evidence in that trial, in that case, that most of the people who look at this case from afar know nothing about.
And you can't blame those families, and your hearts go out to them who don't have the answers to the questions that they still have.
Tom, it has always been heartbreaking for the families in Atlanta of these children. And one of the reasons was it's so difficult. There was a trial for the murders of 2 adults. Now, there was evidence of 10 children's murders brought into that trial. So we sort of had the Atlanta child killer trial, child murder trial, but the families didn't have to have that opportunity to have that trial for their child. And so it was very difficult, even though you can't try every case. If you, especially when you look at a serial killer, it would be very normal to go to trial with just your strongest cases, and that's what they did in this instance.
Wow, a really difficult chapter in Atlanta's history.
It absolutely was. It was a nightmare.
And you were there for it, Dale. Thanks so much for the perspective. We have so much more about the Atlanta child murders and the evidence the GBI will re-examine on fox5atlanta.com and on our Fox 5 Atlanta news app.